GamingBolt presents 9 more times gamers got caught cheating. Following up on the 2 previous lists where we highlighted some really rambunctious hackers, dim-witted cheaters, and poor sportsmanship, we're going for one more victory lap because who doesn't like a little schadenfreude sometimes? Some of these highlight specific gamers, some of them specific times games cleverly called out those who dared to cheat, but we hope you'll find them all funny. Share your favorite examples in the comments below. Billy Mitchell, Donkey Kong. The self-styled King of Kong that featured heavily in a 2007 documentary. Billy Mitchell was one of the earliest professional gamers on record, holding world record high scores in Donkey Kong since the 1980s, and also Pac-Man, in which he held the first ever perfect score of 3,333,360. Until his hubris brought him down, and curious minds at Twin Galaxies, the de facto arbiters of gaming records, looked a little closer than he would have liked at some of his tapes. A VHS tape he gave to the site during the 2007 film's production would prove to the site that his scores were set through emulator, instead of the original arcade hardware, causing his scores and his crown to be stricken, and the man effectively blacklisted from competitive gaming. Pirates games ruined by pirates. Game Dev Tycoon. A good simulation game can take the most mundane and realistic situations and make them engaging. Game Dev Tycoon is one such game where players can bring their tiny one-man indie studio into a major publisher. Try to cheat the system though, and the sneaky copyright protection within the game delivers a dose of irony as players who pirate a copy of Game Dev Tycoon will find it impossible to progress in the game, as whatever they put out is pirated, plunging the player into bankruptcy. Michael Gerzasek, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. In the modern age, streamers grab the attention of mass audiences who want to see their favorite personalities take on popular or interesting games as a form of entertainment. One such streamer, Michael Gerzasek, otherwise known as Shroud, openly hacked the popular battle royale game PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds to the kind of level that's obvious to any onlookers. Once he went all Harry Potter up in the code and rained death from above on a flying car, the banhammer was dropped live on stream. This one is temporary, but will he learn? Who knows? Kid X, Overwatch. Twitch is going to be a bit of a common thread for a lot of these awards who somehow think they won't get caught while broadcasting themselves to the world. At the height of the game's popularity near launch, Overwatch was one of the most streamed and most hacked games. Korean player Kid X was at the time a top 200 ranked Overwatch player, until Blizzard caught on to his aimbot shenanigans, killing all of his progress forever. Doom Codes, Heretic. Once upon a time, first-person shooters were called Doom clones because the influence the id title had on the genre was just so profound that many games chose to simply build themselves off of the revolutionary engine. This allowed many of the cheats within Doom, unless otherwise coded, to behave exactly the same as they did within the new game. Heretic was one of those games to code otherwise, changing 2 codes that originally gave the player all weapons and ammo in Doom into codes that punished the player for cheating, one with instant death and a quip, and one forcefully taking all weapons away from the player with a different quip. Cheaters sued FORTNITE. These cheaters are so fun to point and laugh at because of how much actual damage they can do to the experience for everyone else enjoying a game. So, when Epic Games decided that they would send an early and strong message to cheaters that they were not welcome within FORTNITE, they picked out 2 members of AddictedCheats.net, Vraspir and Broom, who had well-documented ties to cheating in the game, including subverting bans with fake accounts and selling cheating software to other players. To simplify the legalese, the 2 men were hit with copyright infringement for injecting their code into the protected game, breach of contract, and whatever else Epic could think of. Cheaters stripped of rank and rewards, Rainbow Six Siege. The popular team tactical shooter from Ubisoft, Rainbow Six Siege has broken free of a rocky start and become something of a competitive darling in the space because of its unique take on the genre. Accordingly, Ubisoft has taken a hard stance against those that would game the system and make it less fun for everyone else. Players caught boosting their rank in any way will not only be hit with a 15-day ban for a start, they'll also be stripped of that ill-gotten rank and any rewards, such as exclusive charms and skins, removing literally any of the point to cheating. Prison for creating cheats, Honor of Kings. While you might know the game better as Arena of Valor, the Tencent MOBA known in its China homeland as Honor of Kings rakes in more revenue than any other title, including heavy hitters like FORTNITE. 2 Chinese men were arrested in July 2018 by Jiangsu police when a cheater at the game got banned and reported the distributing parties for selling him a faulty product, which, promised he wouldn't get caught. The men will both serve roughly a year behind bars for their efforts. Guinness scrubs the longest standing record, Dragster. The single longest standing video game record, a perfect 5.51 second run at the Atari 2600 game Dragster, stood as the untouchable, unshakable longest standing world record in gaming according to Guinness for 35 long years at the top. The holder of the record, Todd Rogers, was scrubbed, much like Mitchell was from Twin Galaxies, and blacklisted when the data for the prehistoric title was dived into and the shenanigans came to light. It was actually impossible within the code of the game to get that time. While Rogers was disappointed in the decision, at least he took the silver lining that even though he thinks they're wrong about a situation, if it can help clean up the leaderboards, all the better. And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily. Also, don't forget to switch on the bell notification icon, that way you don't miss out on any of our videos.